In this video, we will talk about PIXLR. We will do an introduction and explain a little bit the interface and how you can use it, what are the main tools and panels. Now, first of all, PIXLR is a website. It's not a software. You don't have to download it or install it. So it's pretty fast and easy to use and also free, unless you go for the Try Premium version. So you can try it, and then after, I think, 1 month, you need to buy plan. So you can go here and check the pricing and the free trial. Now, to begin with PIXLR, you just need to type PIXLR on any search engine. And in this case, I'm using the PIXLR E version. Now, you have two versions. One it's called X, and one it's called E. Now, the X version is the more express, the smaller one, and also more synthetic. You also have this extra tool here to remove the background. And if you see in the channel, you can find other video guides about these two other applications and also about PIXLR in general. So in this case, we are gonna talk about PIXLR E. I'm gonna make a series of videos about PIXLR E to explain to you how it works. And essentially, you can use this if you are a beginner and you are just approaching graphic design and photo editing. This is going to be excellent for you because it's really simple and it's kind of a free alternative of Photoshop. So it's really similar to Photoshop. It's kind of, uh, let's say, an easier and faster version of Photoshop. So it's less complex. It also has less tools. But again, this is excellent to start to learn something about graphic design. So if you are a beginner, this is the right place to be. Now, when you first open up PIXLR E, you will find yourself in this home page. So this is where you can decide if you want to start from an image or using an image that you already have. You can get some templates or images that are already in the database of PIXLR, or you can create a new document from scratch. Now, let's start with this. So, well, one thing first, if you want to change the language, you need to go down here in the home page and use the language that you want. So, for example, here this is Italian, and right now I'm gonna switch to English. So if it doesn't come up already in your language, you can fix it from down here and use these languages that you find. So let's create a new document just to see what's gonna happen. And you can see here that it's gonna ask you if you want to do something concerning photos or social network or web design, printing, and video. And you will find many ready-made templates. For example, A4 is the standard paper that you can find in your home. Now, sometimes you can see that these are premium, but you can also create your own customized format if you want. So you can start from here. You can also start by going down here. You will find templates. So templates are useful if you want to study how graphic design is done and you don't want to start from zero. You want to just get one of these, modify texts and images and customize it yourself. So they are pretty useful in that way. And this down here, again, these are presets. So if you need to do, for example, YouTube thumb or Facebook post or a Twitter post or business card, flyer, LinkedIn, so you can choose this one down here directly. So when you do create new, you can also decide your dimensions, your height and width, and continue. Now also here on the left we have kind of a toolbar. So this is the home page. Then you have these three. These are all the projects that you have done before. And again, templates. So you can access a template also from here. This is more expanded page when you can choose from. And again, images. So if you don't have an image to use, you can use one of these. And then if you click on the plus icon, you can upload your image. You can upload from here, or you can upload from the home page, clicking on Open Image. Or another way you can do it is just drag and drop. So when you're gonna open or drag and drop the image, it's gonna ask you for the resolution, which is Ultra HD, Full HD, or Web. Now you don't have more than that at the moment, but probably in the future. So if you have a bigger picture, that will be rescaled. So I'm gonna do apply here, and it's gonna create the image layer. So we're gonna work with layers in PIXLR, just like in Photoshop. So this is one way you can start to work and perhaps do color correction and photo editing and so on. Or you can just go here and close. This is the file menu, and start with a new one. And if you don't want any of these template or preset, you can go here, type whatever you want, and also insert the resolution that you want. Now this is the maximum resolution, which is 4K, which is not pretty bad, but let's say not extra professional. Sometimes like really heavy picture could be like 8 megapixel or 16 megapixels and so on. So could be really higher than this, especially if you are a professional, you work with photography. But in this case, I'm just gonna keep it full HD. So these are the width and height in pixels. And I can also choose a background. Now, if you don't have a background, you're gonna have a transparent background. So when you remove part of the image, you're gonna see what's underneath. So if you want to start with something, you can choose a background here. So let's say that I want to use this bluish color. You can also select color or insert a hexadecimal value here if you want a precise color, and then you go with create. And this is gonna be your blank page. And again, this is gonna be the background. And on top of that, you can then drag and drop other images. So you can decide whether to start from an image or from a blank space like this. Now let's go back to the image. So I'm gonna go to File again and close. By the way, this will be the interface that we're gonna use. And if you know a little bit Photoshop, it's really similar. It's just simpler and we could say less intimidating. And it's also pretty fast to close and open up documents. So I'm gonna close this and start again with the picture that I have just imported. So to go back to your latest project, you can go here and just click there. Or you can also delete it and do duplication of these and so on. So I'm gonna click this, and this is gonna open the file. You can also go here and create a new open image from here. You can also save it and export it. Now saving, it's a pretty important operation, so you can memorize here the shortcut key, which is Ctrl+S on the keyboard. Now the first thing we're gonna encounter here is the drop-down menu bar. So when you go there, you're gonna see all the commands and all the associated shortcut key. So you can remember that shortcut keys to speed up your work. For example, common and popular shortcut keys are cut, copy, Ctrl+X, Ctrl+C, and paste, Ctrl+V. You can do it also here. Now, underneath this menu bar, we have the option bar, which right now it's locked because the image is locked. You can see the locker here, and you need to switch it to unlock if you want to work on this image. Otherwise, it's gonna be protected from any editing. So I'm gonna click on unlock, and now you can see that we have extra options. Now, I'm not gonna go through all of these in this video. This is just an introduction. I'm gonna do more videos, but you can see here that you can, for example, flip it or do other operations. Now, in the left part, we have the toolbar. Here we have all the tools that we can use. Some of these are for the premium version, but the most important ones are available. So we're gonna use those. And again, these are really similar, like the clone tool, to the tools that you find in Photoshop. Now down here, you will find the pixels of the image, so the resolution and the height and the width. Well, actually the width and the height, and the zoom. So right now we have 30% of zoom. If we scroll the scroll wheel of our mouse, we're gonna do the zoom in and zoom out. Now when you see here that is going to be 100%, well, this is the actual size of the image. So to move inside the image, you can use these scroll bars. So you can click and drag with the left mouse on those to change the view here in the image. You can also crop part of the image and do other operations like that, but we're gonna see it in another video. Now, right here on the right, we have the navigation or navigator, which will help you again to navigate inside your scene and go to a precise spot so you can concentrate on that. You can also click on this plus and minus icon to change the zoom, or you can type directly 100%, and this is going to be the actual resolution of the image, so it's not zoomed, not scaled. So if you have a screen which is well, which equals those meshes there, it's going to be like this. It's going to be viewed like this. So you can also actually see the real scale of your digital image if you type 100%. Now below that, well, sorry, I just realized that right now I am in Italian, so I'm gonna again close this, change language, and go back in. You can see how it's easy to go back and forward, in and out. Okay, layers. So layers here are used to create more complex composition, not one single image, when you want to create photo montages and insert text and things like that. And down here we have the history. So everything you do in this document will be recorded here into the history panel. And so this is it. This is the interface. Now right here, probably this is a space dedicated to ads, but if you want to remove the ads, you can try Pixel Premium for 30 days, and then you can see how the pricing is and decide whether to buy the premium version or stay with the standard version. And so this will be it for this first introductory lesson. If you enjoyed, please write your comments and you can subscribe to the channel. You can also support us if you join the channel as a supporter. This is going to help us to make more videos on graphic design and also other applications, and especially on PIXLR. So this will be all. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video guide.